Okay, now I'm going back and I took that dirty brush I had with started out with the alizarin crimson, and I wanted to put that in, so I just picked that up since I already had the alizarin crimson on it. And I was working that color back in there because it was too light colored. It was had too much white in it, and I wanted it more pink in there. So just working that in. Blending it in there, going across lightly, kind of bringing it together, taking out the brush strokes, and the crisscross strokes are kind of distracting. You go across like that a few times and it brings it all together, smooths it out. Okay, now here I got my filbert brush, and I'm going into midnight black and paint thinner. It's got it's pretty diluted. It's just enough so that they show up. You don't want it solid black. You want it to just mix, kind of fade kind of out in the distance, you know. And you'll get that if you mix it with the paint thinner enough. You don't want it too much paint thinner, otherwise it won't show up. But the farthest ones, you don't want to have too much black. And when I start these, when I'm doing these, I just start them all that they're all in the distance, and then when I go back and I want to bring some of those forward, you'll see in after a bit, you'd see there I'm grabbing that paint. But you'll see when I go forward that I darken some of them, and I make them larger and wider to show that they're closer. Basically, the theory is that the farther back they are, the skinnier they'll be, and the lighter color they'll be. They'll just fade off into the distance, and as they come closer, they'll get darker, have more detail, and they'll be larger. So I'm just working off that common sense. So, and when you put these in, you don't want to put them all perfectly straight. I mean, they're all pretty much straight, but they're a little crooked, or they're leaning. And there I am. I have my original one there. I should have taped it up there and on the top of my canvas there, but I forgot to do that. But anyway, I was referring to that, and I went by it, but once I put all the trees in, I look at it once in a while, but I kind of changed up the foreground actually later on. But for one thing, well, I'm not going to say anything yet, but they're not that much different. I definitely did some other things though that, you know, doing a remake, or doing the same painting, just, you know, trying to copy it completely, it just bored me. And when I thought, well, here's an opportunity, I can do some things that I saw after the original one I did, and that I wanted to improve upon, or things I thought, you know, things I didn't like that I could do better this time. So the chance to refine the piece. But so just putting in, when you do these, you don't have to put them all, you know, all in. Like, you can just do the distant ones first, you know, a tree here and there. But I tend to do them all, and then I know where everything is, and then I just kind of decide, okay, which ones are going to be up closer, and which ones are going to be farther away, you know. The ones that are farther away are just extras, and as they get closer, they're more the stars of the show. so they would be a little bigger and brighter and have more personality to them. Yeah, I think over here on this side I was making them a little bit darker because in this blue light here, to me this side there's more shadow, there's more shade. The forest or woods is more dense, and there's less light coming through than there is on the right side. And see, if you're in the woods and you're looking at where the sun's shining through the trees and stuff, you'll see more open spots, more light coming through than you will in some other areas that'll be more in the shadow. Now I have the liner brush, and I'm still using the same mix of paint, thinner and midnight black, and just adding in limbs on the tops, just doing a few. I go on all the trees. I apologize, you can't really see where the brush strokes are going from this angle. And you just want to roll that brush into the paint, wiggle it, jiggle it, and roll it around like a, just kind of roll it back and forth, get it to a nice sharp point. Those the script liner brush has long bristles on it, and it holds a lot of paint. When you roll that around and get it to a nice sharp point, so you can put those nice ends on the ends of the branches. You want it to a nice point, so when you get to the end of making your limb, it comes out to a nice point. It doesn't look like it just got chopped off halfway. I really like painting these kind of scenes. They're a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with them. Okay, we'll go to the next video here pretty quick.